Oh, yeah. You know what I should do?
Bushizzle
I,
bizzle.
I should
That's not what it
give
sounds
up
like.
on my dreams.
Yeah, yeah. I should just go do summer sales like all
Could
the
be a
other guys.
stripper.
Huh?
And a man stripper.
Well,
Yeah.
that sounds like a lofty dream to me.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of that actually there's not a lot of demand for that.
Just do summer sales.
I should do furry porn, furry art
That's what you do when you hit rock bottom. I think the
instead of
market might be
something
saturated at this
intelligent.
point, though.
Yeah, except I would do source filmmaker models for their porn.
Do you
Because everyone can,
Gmod add-ons?
any asshole can do the duty. Come on.
The Gmod add-ons?
Yeah, the Gmod
The furry
furry
RP
RP
servers?
servers for them. Sometimes you can have the purple fox.
Gosh. Do you think that exists?
The, uh,
Furry RP servers?
I
On
know.
Gmod?
Okay, when I was playing TF2 Classic, that was like one of the prominent ones. Was the furry RP servers for TF2 Classic.
That's gotta be the closest thing to hell on Earth.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, this
Alright.
here is cum territory. We don't.
You're now entering the cum zone. Welcome to the cum zone.
Yeah,
But
only come to anime girls.
only come to anime girls. Don't do a cum tribute for any girls. If a girl asks you to do a cum tribute for her, say no, I only come for anime girls.
I only come for Jesus.
I don't
For
think I can top that.
the reproduction.
Okay, let's see. So I'm cracking out.
The good old fashioned.
How loud the audio is.
Oh, it's showing that you're streaming. That's cool.
To you?
On your dick sword. Yep. Yashi's Island.
Alright, anyway. I figure I can use this for a handful of games. The emulator thing they did on the Switch. But the thing is, the controls are all stupid. I really want to edit the controls on this, and I can't. I have to deal with throwing eggs with the A button. And also it still has the audio from the damn Super Nintendo. I want the audio from the Game Boy Advance.
But that's the original. You're playing.
I don't
Is
care.
it? It's emulating a SNES, isn't it? I don't know.
While that may be true, I want it to have the Game Boy audio. I want the sound effect that it made in the Game Boy game. And I want to edit the damn controls. I won't be able to play this game properly. Everyone, just know that I'm slightly better at this game when I have the controls that I like.
Only boomers can play the original OG Super Yoshi's Island.
If you like the original SNES version of Yoshi's Island, you're probably a stupid boomer. Don't forget it. I don't know.
Oh, wait.
Won't worry about 100%ing this. Ah, crap. See, I have to reach my thumb all the way over to the other side of the controller. Ridiculous. This is late stage capitalism at its finest. That's the mini game over there. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if people are here yet. How many people does it say are watching?
2.
Okay, I might wait for a few minutes.
Probably both of us.
Do I have it open? I don't think I have it open.
I don't know. Mr. Balls. Bust a cap in your ass.
I was thinking about using that. I'm gonna ignore the cue for now.
Yoshi busts caps everywhere.
Bus a cap in your ass
Buses.
for a title. I
Called a can
changed my
bus.
mind. I am gonna do this. Gosh dang it.
What are we doing with our lives?
If a woman asks you for a cum tribute, take your Bible and give her a good smack. Smack her across the cheeks with her. Well, at least the buttons are accurate. Smack her cheeks with your big black Bible.
Mine's not black.
I'm not used to this.
Blue.
The Switch controllers. I have to look at it to tell what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna lose, but whatever.
Because your jaw is unhinged with your soy face because you're playing the Nintendo Switch.
As I play any game on the Switch.
So you can inhale your prey.
Freaking dang it. As I play the Nintendo Switch, I'm constantly smiling with my mouth wide open.
Yeah.
And I didn't shave, so I have a 1-day shadow now.
Did you see that there's a Mario movie being made?
Oh yeah, everyone was whining about how what's-his-face is going to voice him. I don't care. It'll probably suck anyway.
Crisp Rat. It's, I don't know why they picked Illumination Animation to do this project, but that's who they went with.
Who are they?
They did the Minion movie.
Oh, okay. That's all I need to know. Oh, crap. Wrong one.
And they've got Jack Black and whoever the fuck is working on this.
Who's he playing?
Bowser.
Jack Black's playing that's a tongue twister. Jack Black's playing Bowser.
Yep.
Okay.
He's like
I think I'm
lower.
supposed to throw something up there, but an easier way to do it is to do this. Life hacks.
Life hacks.
I got all the coins.
What coins? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wait, I'm watching.
You're watching a little bit behind. Yeah, I couldn't figure out a way to get this to work. If I stream it to you, then...
Guess I'll just have to kill myself. Oh,
it's so hard to get used to it. And the Y button's on the opposite side from the A button, so I have to squeeze past the middle buttons to cancel it. I want it to be the R button so bad, and I can't find any way to do it. Oh, Dan's here.
life is hard. But titties are soft.
He no longer associates with me. It do be like that.
Okay. You think aliens exist?
Maybe somewhere.
You think
Depending
we'll
on
meet some aliens in our lifetime?
depending on oh, I got two. Depending on your theory of why the universe exists. Like, for me, it's like maybe there are more humans on another planet really far away. But for some for, you know, if you're one of those people who believes people came from monkeys or something like that, then I guess you would debate what's the probability of life spawning on a planet, and then multiply that by the probability of any given planet being capable of supporting life, and then how far apart, how far dispersed planet locations are, and then that would be how far the closest alien species is.
Hmm.
And you'd wonder as well, would they be anywhere? Would they be sort of close to? Would they be sort of human-like or humanoid, or if they would be completely different?
Why would they interact with other aliens at all? I can't really imagine there being too many upsides to doing that. You know what I'm
To
saying?
interacting with another alien race?
Yep.
Well, if we found one, I assume we would do it. So you might expect them to have the same attitude.
But there is
somebody
Oh,
would be curious enough to do it.
there's a question of, is it a good idea? Because it's possible that they have a disease on their planet.
There's
and
always
species that would just kill us all.
There's always a question of if it's a good idea, but we all know that nobody listens to the bioethicists when they have some new thing that's going to be invented.
Yeah. Well, do you think
Is the
that...
audio of the game too loud? Are you listening to it?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I heard our voices, so I assume it's fine.
It usually sounded louder to me than it was on the stream, so I assume it's okay.
I can't hear much of it, so I'll just say that it's fine. Don't you worry. I like that guy that comes out of lava. That's me.
Oh.
Hashtag me.
I think you played the same level in one of the really old streams.
Oh, that's right.
The ones from several months ago.
Yeah.
You just gotta avoid him. You don't gain anything from hurting him.
That's me in the lava. Hashtag
so speaking
me.
of aliens, people, either several people or one person keep asking me Ashley-related questions. And she didn't make another video this week, but I'm gonna go through her long-ass freaking manifesto, paragraph by paragraph, and use that for the Ashley segment on any given day.
Yeah,
so we talked
about aliens today.
We did the aliens part because that was one of the relatively shorter ones.
Is she copying someone with this manifesto idea?
Oh, well, I mean, a lot of people make manifestos before they do funny things. Before they do silly things, they write a manifesto on the internet.
Yeah.
I was worried she was going to do something like... She was like, I'm not going to go on a shooting, don't worry. And I was like, what is she going to do then? I was like, I was super scared she was going to like commit suicide on stream or something like that. That would scar me forever. Ashley, if you want to permanently ruin my brain even more than you already have, that would be a good way to do it. If on the off chance that she sees this. Whenever people like ask me about the stream on the board, I always wonder if it's her. I assume it's not. I assume she doesn't give a shit, but there's a trace possibility. I don't know. If some autists were talking about you on a stream on the internet, would you watch it? If it wasn't like painfully stupid or boring, which we probably are, then maybe I would. This boss battle's
I
trivially
only
easy.
experience pain.
Oh, that's
Well,
what
I don't
happens when
really
you.
think about Ashley very much at all, so I can't say what she would think. But I don't know, she seems busy doing her videos, I guess, so maybe she doesn't have time to do
Yeah,
stream
she's real
watching.
busy with the videos. Sometimes she runs into a bump in the road, like she needs material from people and they won't give it to her.
Yeah, you need material. Haha. Kind of
Um,
like, have you ever been in a D&D group where the DM inserts their fetishes into the game? My
she's doing
secret.
something similar to the Sam Hyde TED Talk to troll people who are really into her.
Yeah, I guess.
Is this the
Her.
one? Oh wait,
So
no, he did. That was
I went
something
to her
else.
website for the first time because he sent me the link, and well, it burned my eyes. My retinas will never be the same from the color choices that she chose.
I have a vague feeling that maybe she wasn't a UX design major.
It makes me think that I don't know. It's hard to tell how much of it is like to be taken seriously.
I'm not super sure. Yeah, it might be like the Sam Hyde thing. Although sometimes Sam like will do some he'll do that kind of thing and it'll be partly ironic and partly for real.
Mhm.
I can sort of get used to these controls. Uh, but
That's what she said. Ha! Got him.
what?
Loading the shotgun shells right now.
Anyway, the aliens
Hashtag
part,
kill yourself for the environment to stop global warming.
cut for Beeper,
That's what we need.
cut for Ashley, come for Ashley, come for Ashley.
Right.
Hashtag tell her to have us write hashtag come for Ashley on our dicks and post it on the board.
I'm not doing that.
Come on. This is a chance to be part of internet culture. Just forget about your girlfriend and be part of the movement, part of the cause. Sacrifice yourself for the cause.
Some internal fluid movement.
Oops.
Is that too much?
Internal fluid movement.
Yeah. So on
I
a
don't
different
understand.
topic, I don't know if we're still talking about aliens.
No, we got to talk about aliens.
Okay, so quick summary. Let's sum it up real quick.
All right. So, I would glance over it real quick. I had it on my computer. Oh, I can't do that while I'm doing this though.
Okay, so
She talked about Globo Homo, the elite, the NWO, whatever. How they want to consolidate the world into a one world government, and how they want to use a big event, some kind of cause for us to unite against, to convince us all to unite into a one world government. Which I
and
think
the
that,
for that being a fake alien invasion.
well, just that, the having some big event. She said that was what COVID was. You have a big event. Oh, I got 100. I wasn't even focusing on it. I did it without even focusing on it. Some big event. Gosh dang it. To unite us under a one world government.
Yeah.
And that I definitely agree with. We'll probably. It may not be one event either. There may be several.
Okay, well,
COVID
I can't
being
really
part
see
of it.
that happening considering COVID did the exact opposite and only worsened relations between
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a good point if that's true. I don't know as much about that though. How did our relations worsen?
Well, there was a lot of fighting over, if over materials like medicines, food, that sort of thing. Um,
Hmm.
Especially with China.
That's true. I think our oh dang it! I should have gone through the door. I was wondering which one I was supposed to do first.
And I mean, if you look at things now, I mean, there's a war over in Russia and Ukraine, which I mean, our politicians are chomping at the bit to be a part of. They really like that.
Oh yeah,
But
we should come back to that at some point.
that's
Um,
not exactly one world government sort of things. I think it's more likely that it was, you remember there's a big transfer of wealth between the classes. It's more likely that they're trying to establish more disparity between the classes, gain some of the land. Bill Gates buying up farmland.
right.
That
Obviously,
seems
they'll
more
take
likely to
advantage of
me
that
than
any chance they get. It's
one
also
world government.
possible, though, that it just didn't work out quite like they hoped. Though she brought up as well that this could have been partly kind of an experiment to see how. Oh, that didn't work. An experiment to see how subservient people would be, and since people were generally quite subservient with COVID, uh, they
Right.
may be more confident next time they do some big event, but it might have just not ended up. Oh, it might have just
I
not
don't know.
gone quite
There's
how they wanted it to.
plenty of states that weren't subservient.
Well, there are a lot of
There's lots
people
of people
in
in,
cities.
very blue states, I guess, were quite subservient with
Yeah,
state enforced lockdowns. But
yeah. So they might have control over their people, but not everybody. Anyway,
well,
so
that's a new thing. But
yeah, it's just their opposition might not obey them as much as they want. Then maybe they'll just try to squash their opposition. We all know how it's gonna end in the long run. We'll all have a big World War III. It'll get there at some point. Am I a brown Yoshi?
yeah,
Damn, I'd be
that's
a
very
brown
big.
Yoshi. These. Anyway, okay. I do think they want to one world government, although there are several factions who I don't think necessarily agree
I
with each
mean,
other.
that's not even like a new concept, though. The one world government. I mean, that's the
Erasing
idea
borders.
of that. Yeah, I mean, the idea of like a League of Nations has been around for quite a while.
Yeah, or absorbing more people into the UN.
Yeah.
um, oh, that's what that is. As far as aliens, though, I would be a little surprised if aliens was their chosen method of doing that, just because a lot of people would not believe it. And as they've seen with COVID, there are plenty of people who will talk about conspiracy theories about whatever's going on. So if they did something as ambitious as aliens, then they would probably get a lot of dissenters.
Right. I mean, it seems like something that'd be really hard to fake because I mean, with COVID, whether you believe in COVID or not, uh,
Oh,
it is similar to a regular flu. So it's possible to like say, "Hey, you have the flu," but haha, it's actually COVID, or just because it's not exactly clear what you would have, and diseases like SARS already existed, right? So,
yeah,
or is that the one in China? SARS?
yeah, or SADS.
SADS. You get SADS.
uh, Damn, it keeps giving me these frickin' bitch ass games.
We are all aliens. We were all aliens once.
Maybe
If you
we were
believe
the
in the
aliens all along.
panspermia theory, then that
And
is.
Andrew says he has COVID, and the doctor keeps saying, "You must be feeling terrible right now."
I hope you don't shit yourself, Andrew.
just
Best
don't get the
wishes
vax.
your your illness. I mean,
How do you feel? I'm not sure if I ever got it. Um,
I don't know if I got it either, but I know of people who got it in my family and died, so
oh yeah, that's right. Not human people though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, some people.
Some people are just hairier than others.
See your fur babies.
My fur pit mommy babies. I love pit bulls. I have 10
My
pit
pity.
bulls.
My.
They've only killed one child per week.
That's
Okay?
not. That is not that many guys.
It's not that bad. And, you know, saves some money for Planned
And
Parenthood.
now I'm gonna breed my pit bulls. Make some
Breed the most
make
aggressive ones.
make some make some cute pity mixes, and only 90% of them will go to the pound. Go to the We'll go to the what do I call them?
The the
Gosh dang.
the meat factory. That's what
Now they
we need.
have all those.
We don't need to eat crickets. We could just eat pit bull meat from the pound.
They have those like dog shelters or the pound or whatever, um, and they're always like, "Oh no, all these dogs are getting euthanized every month or two or whatever, however long they wait." Um, and the thing is, it's like 90% pit bulls because these psychos keep breeding them, and there aren't as many. Ah, oh, damn it! I just lost a red coin.
Well, it's not like a female dog could fight off a pit bull. Just saying.
So, yeah, these people keep breeding the pit bulls, and not enough people want pit bulls. It turns out, as the stupid people who breed them.
Hey,
So these dog shelters are not full of golden retrievers and corgis. All right, it's like mostly pit bulls and pit bull mixes.
it's mostly pit bulls and cats if you visited one. Because cats breed like crazy. But I like me a
Anyway.
nice cat. And a bird, too.
I do feel bad about the cats though.
Animals
With
that
pit bulls
actively
though,
hurt
just get rid of as many pit bulls as possible.
adopt a
It
pit
needs
bull.
to. It needs to. I've been adopting pit bulls and euthanizing them for years. I want to get rid of all pit bulls. Yeah, there's enough people who get seduced by the pity party, as it were, who will keep. I don't know what's up with it. People keep being all these pit bull moms saying they're not dangerous, and people just have a misconception of them, even though it's literally all true and based on facts and recurring tragedies that happen constantly, and they just ignore them.
Well, they like to, well, any sort of group that gets attacked, there's a certain mindset of, there's a certain people with a mindset that they have to defend.
Yeah, I wonder if the conditioning or if the push for it from like the media and stuff, which I think there is some, is just because they really want to train people into denying reality and favoring a lie that's nice or soft, or more sympathetic.
I can't. Can you give an example of media that paints pit bulls in a positive light? I can only really think of like John Wick, but
Oh, was his dog a pit bull?
Yeah,
I
his
never
new
watched
dog's a
that.
pit bull.
Yeah, there's a good
Yeah.
example. There was this Pixar animation that I saw on the internet. They posted on their
Uh,
YouTube about like a kitten and a pit bull, and how
that's a dog when it just ripped the kitten apart.
yeah, the kitten the kitten is scared of the pit bull, and the bad owners who are using it for dog fights, who I'm pretty sure they made them white, by the way. That's interesting. Um, uh, are trying to make the pit bull mean, but the pit bull is nice and it just takes care of the kitten. Yeah, in real life, that pit bull would tear that kitten to shreds instantly. Dang it.
Depends how well fed it is.
Well, then they'll just kill habitually, just by instinct. They just attack stuff just because it's their instinct, because for they were bred for hunting originally. And their job was to get underneath the animal that they were attacking and try to bite its neck and latch onto it and not let go, which is what they do. Um, and and they would just not let go, and they would get killed a lot of the time. That was what they were bred for. And so now people are trying to make them into pets, and their fucking genetics are not made for being pets. But people are being conditioned to deny reality and favor like whatever sounds nice, whatever
Andrew, I
seems nice.
agree completely. That's like
Can you
a
read?
really good reason to carry.
Can
He said,
I'm in a bit of a pickle. I can't read
uh,
it right now.
says, I'm afraid
Oh,
of pit bulls. My liberal mother didn't have any issue when I said that concealed carry should be legalized. After one charged us behind the fence, there would have been issues if no fence. Yeah, because like uh, uh, an adult male maybe can fight off a pit bull, but a kid has like zero chance.
yeah.
Even if they have maybe like a screwdriver or something in their pocket, which
No,
that is
it'd
to
be
carry
it'd be
around as a
hard.
kid.
Yeah, they're quite strong, and yeah, they when they bite, they latch on and they don't let go. Um, so they can kill most other dogs that aren't also fighting breeds, um, or that aren't quite a bit bigger than them.
Yeah.
So
But like the truck, well, I mean, I don't know about media because I don't see that much media, frankly. But online, I do
it's
see
now
a
and then,
lot
they
of
don't focus on that
people
much, but
defending pit bulls.
yeah,
Like, well, individuals, I should say. It's not
yeah,
like
people who own
there
pit
are
bulls, yeah.
some movements, but it's usually uh, women with tattoos defending them. But
That does fit my anecdotal experience as well. Um, one actually, I think it was a mixed breed, but one of my friends had one when I was a teenager, and it bit me on the stomach. I don't think it didn't rip me open, but it like scraped me a little bit. Like the bite kind of got through my shirt. It did hurt a lot though, and I was really upset at him. So when my friend similarly, he was like, "Oh, they're just misunderstood. He's nice. Just don't breathe too loud."
don't breathe or look them in the eyes.
uh,
I mean, maybe if you cut their balls off.
no, they still have the same
Who's gonna do
instinct.
that? Yeah,
Um,
that's well. I
and
mean,
another one of my
there's dogs
friends,
bred for like ratting and getting ducks, and they all seem to do it. But with pit bulls, it's like, oh, it's just how they're raised.
I think that same pit bull bit another guy in our friend group. Um, and
Um,
he got seriously injured, and they had to put it down after that. And it wasn't it wasn't good enough for him to get rid of it after it bit me, and then it like really injured one of my other friends. And then another guy who we weren't really friends, but I sort of knew him. Oh wait, no, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. Got seriously injured by a different pit bull uh, in my neighborhood in my hometown. Um,
hmm. Well, you can see why cops basically shoot them on sight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too mad if a cop was trigger happy around a pit bull.
See the videos on 4chan.
Oh gosh, I don't want to. I'll just get pissed when I watch that stuff. And I'll fantasize about snapping their necks and stuff like that. Dude, if one attacked me, I would definitely kill it. Take the opportunity to get rid of a pit bull. And if its owner came up and mouthed off at me, I would punch him right in the face.
Shoot him with the same gun you shot the pit bull.
Kill him too. Euthanize pit bulls and pit bull owners for the greater good of the world.
There you go.
Anyway.
Actually, science and Neil deGrasse Tyson is taking 50 science points away from America because he said that. This is basically like the Christian.
What's the science take? Let's ask Bill Nye what he thinks about pit bulls. Well, actually, it has been shown that you can breed out animals' natural instincts. Just look at this really nice pit bull. Just look at this. No, I have somebody who's going to come on and sing a song about pit bulls. And you can make animals go against their natural instincts.
We need Lizzo to shake her gelatinous form around a pit bull to show how safe they are.
Can do a sex tape with a pit bull to show girls.
Don't even joke about that.
Well, you don't think Lizzo's hot?
No, I don't.
I would do a cum tribute to Lizzo if she asked me to.
I would. I don't know, if I had a gun and I was in a room with Lizzo and Hitler, and I wasn't allowed to shoot myself,
I'd give the gun to Hitler and tell him he knows what to do.
Give the gun to Hitler and tell him to shoot me, so I don't have to look at Lizzo.
Anyway.
But then it turns out there's one of those comedic bang guns, and then Lizzo would eat us both. The joke is on us.
I think that was about everything on the aliens thing.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Not much happened this week again. We haven't had anything political to talk about lately. I don't know if I'm just not looking very closely at the news. There's more Ukraine crap. Russia's advancing as usual, and mainstream media is talking about how Ukraine, their morale is low in Russia, and Putin is crazy, and Ukraine is still going to win.
Funny nuke man.
You
see the funny mushroom in the news soon.
The funny mushroom?
What are the odds of that, do you think? Nuclear blast?
Oh, nukes? Pretty low, I would say. Once you set the nuclear war in motion, all sorts of problems can happen. I don't think any political leader...
I want it to happen.
I want the world to end already. Oh, it's Pooch. Pooch is one of the finer points of this game. Poochie. He's a very good AI, actually. He's an impressive support character for a game that was made in like the 90s.
Is it pre-programmed?
Is what pre-programmed?
The dog, like its actions.
He kind of when you're standing on him, he'll do whatever. He'll go what direction you're facing, and he'll follow you. And you can give him oh, no, hold still.
Yeah, but can he draw anime girls with big boobs? I think not.
I think not. Yeah, if you give him an egg, he'll do that.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Everyone thought AIs were gonna destroy the world by now, but
that's attention to detail that you don't see in American games.
Pictures of boobs.
Someone asked me what I thought about um, the AI that can make boobs. Does it edit pictures or does it just create original pictures?
Uh,
Because
well, if it works
I saw some
with
examples of people
AI,
using it to edit pictures in a certain place on the internet.
edit pictures.
Yeah, they'd feed pictures to it, and it would put boobs onto the picture, onto the person in the picture.
Right. Yeah, well, usually you train a model that the AI will use,
Okay.
and you
I
can
forget it.
swap out the models. So,
But do you usually feed it a picture, or does it use its own picture?
um, from what I saw, it usually make it from scratch, but I'm sure you could do either way.
Okay. Yeah, I have seen some examples of the opposite, which is, I think I don't know, it's whatever.
I don't know. I think it's fun. Huh. It made the funny.
They made the funny memes.
It made the funny.
We're gonna have boobs in America. We have the biggest boobs, the best boobs. They tell me you don't. Everywhere I've seen, no one has boobs like America.
We should make an
And we're
AI
gonna keep those boobs big.
that adds pit bulls to pictures of kids.
An AI that edits pictures, that edits articles about pit bulls mauling kids to change pit bull to another breed.
Yeah. We'll hack websites and then
Hey,
subtly change the articles.
yellow labs have just as high of a crime rate as pit bulls do.
That's right.
It's just that more
Just how
more
you
pit
raise
bull incidents get reported because they're
discrimination.
discriminated against.
I have a discrimination.
They discriminate against the pit bulls. My poor, poor pity.
I like a good borzoi. Borazoi. What are they called? The long snouts.
Yeah, Borzoi, yeah. Huh, he just
Like their
freezes.
long faces. They're weird. I like weird looking animals. I like the naked cats
Borzois
that
are
have no hair.
apparently very dumb and hard to train, but they are good at fighting. I've heard that Borzois will usually beat pit bulls in a fight because they're more naturally inclined to it and they have a much longer snout.
Huh. That's weird because
They
they
have a
look really
longer.
thin.
Yeah, you'd
They
think
look
they
like really
would. You'd
skinny.
think they're not that tough. Sometimes animals are deceiving though. They have a lot of like fast twitch muscle. Um,
It's like a elf versus a dwarf. Elf wins every time.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Just give it back to me.
I can only understand things through the lens of fantasy references.
I only I only
Vladimir
understand if you
Putin,
make some kind of Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter reference.
Vladimir Putin is like
Putin is like
Sauron
Saruman. Oh crap!
because he has a ball that he looks into.
Why did he still hit me?
The Eye of Sauron.
And Sauron is like Trump.
Donald Trump is like
I need to
Voldemort.
change my. I need to change my thing to live chat. Ashley just posted her doing the cum tribute.
How did she do that without?
I don't think she has all the parts necessary to do a cum
I mean, I
tribute,
haven't
but you've
checked.
made me curious enough to go and look.
Don't do it.
I don't have this bookmarked, by the way. I have to go and type it in. You can hear me typing it in right now.
Typing what in?
What did she do?
The
Oh,
abject
Ashley,
horror. People
you look
horror.
so good. You still look 15.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I guess we're doing this now.
Oh. I just remembered that my desktop audio is on.
Okay.
Is that?
I don't see it. Well, it's still on the game.
My desktop audio is on. Yeah, everybody totally heard that. Well, that's not her horse dildo, but
She has a lot of
I'll
toys.
assume she has I'll assume she has several.
Okay.
It even had the squirting feature.
Interesting.
It's so freaking degenerate. Yeah, I don't know about new Ashley, man. She's pretty raunchy.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of
Kinda
funny. It's a
funny.
little over the top sometimes.
That's what I like.
I think she's been hardened by having degenerates talk about her over the years and doing cum tributes to her on the internet.
And that's what we're doing right now.
That's what we're doing. We're doing a tribute.
A tribute. Yoshi's Island tribute. Tribute song.
Sorry, Ashley. I can do a lot of things, but I can't do that.
I won't do that. Yeah. Could go to Canada and get euthanized. That's an option. If Hitler won't do it, then I can go to Canada and get killed in one of their euthanasia clinics. Call this self-induced abortion.
I can, as much as I think you're a cool guy, I'd cast the sun and the stars from the sky for you. I'd drag my nipples through a mile of broken glass. But
What?
I'm not gonna do a cum tribute. What? No, I'm talking about Ashley.
Do a cum tribute for Canada.
Dicks out for Canada.
Do a Justin Trudeau cum tribute.
Justin Trudeau cum tribute. That sounds like a good idea. Don't remember how I'm supposed to do this. That didn't work at all.
It's not a real internet video unless she has Linkin Park playing in the background while she does it. Otherwise, it's fake. That's how I know.
She should have used the horse dildo.
Weighs too much.
It's too. Maybe no one will believe it. She doesn't use the horse.
That's
dildo.
a weird thing to like.
Ashley, why don't you just get your husband to do
Without
it?
context, I don't think that's.
What?
You bring up a horse dildo, Mr. Hands over here.
Oh, let's see if I get out of this alive. Come on. Oh, I got it. Come on. Dang it.
Miss, I am Mr. Hands.
Ashley's gonna end up like Mr. Hands on us. Don't go out like Mr. Hands, Ashley. We all know it doesn't fit. Things like the size of one of your legs.
It will fit, but you'll have to wear diapers afterwards.
Wait, what if a girl did that? Would a girl need to wear diapers? She'd probably bleed not from her period if she tried to do that.
Well, I assume you don't. I mean, if it's too big, you can go through the back door and people can jam their whole arm up there, but that doesn't mean you should do it.
If you're not going to turn your damper down, then turn your oven around.
What?
That was a Grateful Dead reference.
You know what's dumb?
What?
I don't know if it's like a big troll on all of us, but a lot of people seem to be convinced that the bottom part of the oven is like a warming section. You ever heard that? Like,
The
oh,
bottom part of the oven is a warming section.
yeah, you know, like not one of those double-decker ovens, but like, you know, the regular four-person oven. It just has one chamber, and then it's got like a storage compartment at the bottom. People seem to think that storage compartment is a food warmer. It'll keep your food warm while other things cook.
Okay.
Which I don't know if I
Obviously.
really believe if it's
I'm
not
pretty sure.
insulated anyway.
Oh, well, I guess it heats from the top normally if it's not on not on broil. I don't know about this kind of thing though. I'm not a cook. Don't ask me oven related questions unless it's ovens that, you know, we've beaten
Well,
that joke to
obviously.
death. Unless you're asking me about how long it takes to bake a certain number of cookies, don't ask me about ovens.
Well, maybe you can keep some of the cookies warm while you cook more cookies,
Maybe
and
that's how you do
increase
it.
your sales
If you're going to
afterward.
tell people that you can cook a batch of cookies in 10 minutes, then
That's what people come to this
I don't know why I did
stream for, is cookie advice.
that.
This is a baking thing.
For cookie related advice. If you have a really good coal oven like they used to have in Germany 80 years ago, then you can cook a batch of cookies about every 5 minutes. So you could cook cookies way faster than people normally would be able to. I think people said some stuff and I wasn't looking.
I think it's because my grandma used to do that before we had internet, and it does get hot in there. Okay.
Did Mob Goblin get
like,
banned?
exposed to the.
Can you see Mob Goblin's comments?
No,
I think
I think he might have
YouTube
just
shadow
deleted
banned
them.
him. He deleted them. Oops.
It doesn't matter, but
I'm getting upset about YouTube getting rid of people's comments. Yeah, you're in the you're on their watch list if you're watching our stream.
so here's how you make a nuclear bomb from scratch in your house.
Well,
Just
first
kidding.
you need a uranium refinery, and if you make one, then the U.S. will come and say that they'll pay you a certain amount of money per year to not have your uranium refinery. But then you'll do it anyway, and they'll
do is
keep
be
paying
a
you.
Nazi scientist and then move to the United States. That's the first step. Then you'll get a job at NASA.
Yep. Well, as long as you're diverse enough. Give me a minute.
German?
Connect back. No, as long as you're diverse. As long as you're some kind of BIPOC, then NASA will hire you. Oh my gosh.
I mean, these days, but
This mouse.
in your house?
No, mouse. That mouse needed to get dead.
Mouse in my house. Get it out. Get out of my house, mouse.
If you give a mouse an egg, it'll want
Did you see
another egg.
the funny internet man is gonna buy the cancer site?
Yeah, I guess he's still doing it. I don't know if anything will come of that, but whatever.
It's okay, because I made money on the.
He'll make money
I
off
made
of
money
it.
on it because I had the stocks.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It was a little bit risky though, because Twitter is shit.
I don't know if I want to get an account, even if he makes it based or whatever. Gosh dang it.
Based on what? Haha.
Based, Dr. Freeman.
The best thing to do would to just delete the site. That would be what's best for humanity. People don't do things for humanity though. Come
on. Let's see. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Come tributes.
Do an Elon Musk come tribute
Elon Musk.
on Twitter. Twitter.com.
What else did people ask me? You get someone on the board is really interested in what I have to say about Ashley for some reason. I don't know who this person is.
Yes.
I don't know if it's one of you guys.
for nothing else.
Someone really wants me to talk a lot about Ashley. I thought we did too much Ashley related stuff last time, but I guess if people keep asking questions, if you guys want us to talk about particular things, we read the chat. We read the chat passively as well. Ideally, I can get to the point like Ashley's old streams, where she'd just go for like 2 hours responding to people's comments in the chat.
About what?
I don't know, people would say random shit, they'd ask her questions.
Left 4 Dead mods. I love my Left 4 Dead mods.
One of my
I need to play
favorite
Left 4
moments.
Dead too, except Shrek is the tank.
The last one I watched, in the last one that I watched, someone asks her about Queen or says something about Queen, and she like viscerally responds, "I hate Queen. I hate Queen." That was good. That's how you know she's a keeper. Just kidding. She doesn't know I exist, but if that was a girl who was interested in me, that would be something that would impress me.
But Queen is le Reddit epic narwhal waffle fun haha bacon up user today when the
I think that was
episode-
partly what
I
made
did
me not
see
like them
that
anymore.
coming.
I don't care for their music though. It's really like gimmicky.
Reddit likes them, I don't like.
You know, even without Reddit talking about them, I would be like, Queen is the ultimate Reddit band because their music is all gimmicky and memey, and I don't know, like all their songs. It's like it's the modern equivalent. Oh wait, no, never mind. They were a '70s band. It's the '70s equivalent of stuff like Mr. Bungle.
Or
Or-
like, I mean, I think they're okay. I think
Their music was
the
fine.
more overrated band is the Beatles, but and they're singing about leaving dogs in hot cars. What's with that? I don't know.
Did you know the Beatles made a song about leaving a dog in a hot car?
They did that thing where they repeat 2 lines over and over and call it songwriting.
Ah. Those
Believe-
old '60s songs where like they just have a verse and a chorus, and they do the chorus like 20 times. That was how that song went, and they just sing, "It's okay to leave a dog in a hot car, bop bop. It's okay to leave a dog in a hot car. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nothing bad could ever happen if you leave your dog in a hot car."
60s music kind of sucked ass too.
Yeah, that was partly why. There was just that decade. That was the kind of thing everybody made. Yeah, Queen's kind of whatever. I don't think they're as... A lot of people praise them way more than they really deserve.
What about Nickelback? How do you feel about Nickelback?
Nickelback's a great band. Nickelback was a staple of the grunge movement.
What's some good Nickelback songs?
That
I like to bully people.
one song, I don't know enough of their songs to make fun of them. I know like the 3 songs that played on the radio. They were just an average post-grunge band. They're kind of whatever. I think Reddit just like decided that for that to be the thing that they hated. I don't want any more of these. I want to do no more mole transformations, no more.
Oh.
These
Hey,
are all the
they-
most annoying
They
parts of the
spent
game.
the time to program that mechanic into the game, and they're gonna use it as much as possible. I like seeing people die. Wait,
Just
that's not it.
come on their corpses.
Just come on the corpses. That's what my grandma always told me.
What else?
Of course, she died. COVID.
Just come on their corpses. That was the last thing my grandma said before she died of long COVID, because she didn't
Long-
get the vaccine.
you look under a microscope, it looks like a long tube. That's why they call it long COVID.
So last
Unlike-
week, someone asked us to talk about the vaccine and if we got vaccinated, and I specifically avoided that question because I just, on the off chance that maybe that's a bad omen. On the off, maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't talk about it. No, let's just get it over with. I didn't want to answer that question on the off chance that she watches this, which I'd be a little surprised, but I don't know. I have to go refill my eggs. We talked about it a couple times in the past.
No eggs.
Huh?
I said you have no eggs.
You have no eggs. Yoshi's become a woman who's past her prime.
Yoshi's a wine ant. Actually, is Yoshi a boy?
Yoshi's a cool wine ant. I think they're a boy and girl Yoshis, or at least that was what my kid self decided. I decided as a kid that like green Yoshi's like the alpha, and pink Yoshi is like his mate, his girlfriend.
Personally, I have the Microsoft brand RFID chip injection.
Yeah.
I got it injected right into my left eyeball.
I actually just let them do RNA experimentation on me in a lab in China.
Yeah.
Rather than just
That's
getting the
about it.
vaccine. It's just man, every time a new booster comes out, I'm like, yes. And I go to the clinic and I go and I get the booster, and when that needle goes in and it hits the brain, it's like yeah.
Well, anytime I see a new Microsoft product is out, I can't say no. Otherwise, I get a splitting headache and my nose starts bleeding.
Yeah. And like when Windows 11 came out, I got it immediately. I think
Yep.
Windows 11 is cool. Everyone should get Windows 11. And if hypothetically you had Windows 11 on your laptop, then you definitely wouldn't have any room to talk about tech privacy to anybody.
Yeah. That's
I
very
wasn't,
specific.
that wasn't in reference to anybody in particular. That was just a random thing that I thought of. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm making my way
Okay.
back to this spot. That was just a random thing that I thought of. It wasn't directed at anyone in particular. Anyway, so why don't we just rip the Band-Aid off, and I'll just say all of the things that I am that Ashley doesn't like. I have a thin, lean body type. I'm less than 5 years older than her, I think, depending on when her birthday is. I shave most days. I'm circumcised. And I got the fucking vaccine.
Okay.
For, I don't know. We talked about our COVID stuff last time. My opinion of it was just that COVID is mostly, it's mostly like a performance that they set up in order to get people to do certain things that they wanted. And the thing with the vaccine is basically that it was made in a hurry and isn't really a real vaccine. Well, she was talking about this a little bit. The mRNA vaccines are more like gene therapy rather than traditional vaccines. For what it's worth, I did get the J&J one, which is supposedly a traditional vaccine and not mRNA based. I don't know if I get any less points docked for that, but
I think the end result would be the same. It's just either your cells make it, so you know how it works, right?
Vaguely. Yeah, you probably know better than me.
Right. So, it's basically small snippets of RNA code, but it has a molecule on the beginning of it that indicates that it's a messenger RNA. So cells actually pass RNA between each other occasionally, and so it goes outside of the cell, but it needs a module to interface with the outside of the receiver cell, so it has a messenger molecule attached to it. So when you get it, they inject it into your muscle cells, and then your muscle cells will take in the mRNA, and then the muscle cells will produce the what's it called, the spike protein, and then supposedly when you have the spike protein in your body learns how to attack it,
Okay.
and that's basically how the mRNA vaccine works.
In the
But
traditional vaccines, though, wasn't it just more like your immune system would adapt to a lesser form of the disease, and then it would be more capable of fighting the actual version?
Well,
I don't know if that
so
has
the
the
one
same
you got would
process.
have it would have pieces of dead coronavirus cells, which your immune system would then learn to identify, and then theoretically in the future you could fight it off.
Okay, it's still in the end. The end result is making RNA modifications, though, in the cells.
No,
Oh, I thought you said it was.
that's if you get the. Okay, it doesn't modify anything, but it gives you messenger RNA.
Okay.
It doesn't modify your cells. Well,
Alright.
although
Well,
there are
I did
specific cells for memorizing what certain
I did it
molecules.
partly. I did that one partly because of that, and partly just because it only required one. It That's my thing. I don't really think that the vaccine works, and there's some evidence to that, and they have had a lot of side effects. Um, but when I got it, I felt like a little bit sick afterward and a little bit short of breath for 1 or 2 days. Um, I wasn't too worried though. I'm quite physically resilient and I don't get sick very much. Um, so I don't think they're I don't I don't really believe the theories about them putting like I don't know, mercury into them or uh, like microchips, etc. That kind of thing.
Well,
So
why would
my
you?
thing on the vaccine, I don't know. The people that
Everyone
talk
has a phone
the people.
anyway, so
Oh yeah, for the like if they're talking about microchips. Yeah, we talked
yeah.
about that before, but if you think they put microchips into vaccines and stuff like that, guess what? You're probably already carrying around a device in your pocket that has a USB tracker and a microphone, or sorry, USB, a GPS tracker and a microphone and a what are the other important pieces? Oh, dang it. I shouldn't have done that.
I am Mr. Big. Dapper Dan says, "Hey, Pivot's friend, how are you taking Pivot's descent into madness over Ashley?" That's pretty fine, I guess.
What can you do when you have somebody who's doing it to themselves? All you can do is watch.
I think I don't know. It's normal-ish, I guess. Normal, whatever. I don't care.
Unfortunately, yeah. Everybody's doing it nowadays. Oh wait.
I mean, at least it's Ashley and not a Twitch streamer, so that's a plus.
As far as e-girls go, it's not the worst one possible.
It could have been actually, what are their names? Yeah, what's one of their names? Alicity? Alinity?
I don't know who you're talking about.
I'll just, I don't know. What's the worst Twitch streamer I can think of?
The worst Twitch streamer? Maybe iDubbbz's girlfriend, whatever her name is.
Hassan Piker, but
Son
female.
Piker. Okay.
Twitch.
No, not to do that this time.
Twitch TV. I want to go on Twitch TV. Get some bits!
So, in my opinion, your main crime for for getting the vaccine, other than, I guess,
Right.
endangering yourself physically, is that you are being complicit with Globo Homo and their schemes, which I don't want to be complicit with them, but I was also under pressure from a lot of people. I was resisting it for quite a while, and my family would give me crap for it every time I saw them. And my job was giving me crap for it, and my school was giving me crap for it. And I was like, if the thing's not going to kill me, it's really, I'm going to cut my losses, you know?
Well, I don't think you'll get any sympathy for your reasoning from
From Ashley.
the crowd that we've built up, but
No, by all means, this is my just desserts for being complicit with it. Now my waifu, who's already, sorry, I'm not supposed to call her that, right? Now my favorite e-girl, who's allegedly already married, won't love me.
you need to get over your one-itis. One-itis. That's what the cool pickup artists say.
Yeah, it really showed how much control they had over people with the media. Like, they managed to scare everybody so bad that, like, my parents thought I was going to die if I didn't get it, and they're freaking out about it every time they asked me, "Did you get it yet?" And I said no. I was thinking about just lying to them. Sometimes you just solve problems by lying to them, but doesn't always work. You know what they say, women find out the truth eventually. So
I'm kind of
there you
bad
go.
at lying,
That's the truth.
so it's hard for me to maintain lies because I just forget, and I also don't think before I speak. Obviously.
I've been going for a while. You can take over if you want.
71 minutes.
Huh?
Okay. 71 minutes is what the stream says.
Oh, yeah. I just love this
That's-
game so much. I love anything that has to do with Yoshi. I think I said this before, but I had this game on Game Boy, and I
What
went
if
and
Zelda was a
hey
girl?
I had
I
this
know.
game. I had this game on Game Boy, and I 100%ed it about 8 or 9 times. I think I've probably, if Game Boys had a hour counter, I'm sure it would say something like 500 or 600 hours. Okay, go ahead. What if Zelda was a girl? I don't know. What if, man?
And
What if?
wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool. Yoshi's Island. That's what this game is
Yeah,
called.
man.
This is the original Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
You got your game? Or I can continue if you want. If you don't.
I've got my game
If you
ready.
don't care.
Oh yeah, baby.
Alright.
He's taking his cock out. That's a funny YouTube man who said that.
Dick's out for Harambe. Ha 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 ha.
I got him. Got him. X3.
Remind me what this is called?
World of Goo. It's a silly little game about goo. I don't know. I think I got it off Humble Bundle probably.
What else people ask me about? Going through my stuff that I wrote down.
What's the deal with Russia?
Someone asked me about Rose. Is Ash my favorite e-girl, or do I follow other e-girls? I've never followed any e-girl other than her. I thought I was above being a simp, but hey, the curtains open and 1,000 clouds come out, raising hell. I did join that Rose Discord because people were talking about it in the Ashley one, and I would write stuff on there like, I wish Rose would hang me from my toes and tear my nipples off, like that. I wrote a bunch of those, and somebody made a compilation of them and posted it on their subreddit. And then somebody screen capped that and posted it on the Ashley board or whatever. I'm not cheating on you, Ashley. I was just over there for fun and to try to coax people into coming over to the Ashley one. It's like most of Rose's fans are Russians, at least in that Discord. I think like 60% of them are Russians. But yeah, there's a large overlap between their fan bases, although Rose was quite a bit more famous.
I usually just use Discord to find offensive memes that I can't find anywhere else.
But no, I never really watched her videos other than short clips. When she posts the Christmas ones, if they're longer than like 2 or 3 minutes, I usually don't watch it. I got bored of that last one after like 2 minutes. She's a little bit older than me. She could be my sugar mommy. I'm sure she's making lots of money with whatever job she ended up landing with her like physics or whatever she was studying.
Physics?
I could be like Ashley and marry someone who's 10 years older than me. It was more in her case, and then she'll just buy me all my stuff. Hey, how come she needs our Monero donations and stuff if she's got a guy taking care of her?
Because
maybe he just day trades Monero as well. So the
trade Monero.
Yeah, they're having now the market's having trouble, so they were like, what are we gonna do? We gotta summon your internet simps to keep making ends meet.
So the internet's for
The translation channel? What's that?
translation.
Rose is giving all these poor Russian men false ideas about what to expect if they go to England.
I'm from London, England.
They'll go to England and expect to see pretty girls there.
Yeah. How wrong they are.
You go to England and expect to see girls like Rose or Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
They'll suck you in, and you won't be
Emma
able to
Watson's
leave.
not much big these days, though.
She's past her prime now.
Harry, what's all this?
Um,
In it, British.
let's see. They were asking me about the porn stuff again. Do I just use my imagination? Usually, yeah. I think I didn't mention before, I quit like what I would call full-on porn like 9 years ago. But there'd still be times like I'd be browsing /fit or something, and somebody posts like their bod threads or their like high test girls threads, which I'm not into that, by the way, but yeah, there's sometimes I'd see that stuff and go down that funnel. Although it's been a year or two since the last time I actually looked at a picture or video. See, what I meant was, even if you don't look at like actual porn, there's still stuff what I would call partial porn. Like if you go on YouTube and look up house music videos, That's perfectly good JO material. If you're not like desensitized from watching normal porn regularly. But yes, I just use my imagination. I do try to not jerk off. I've gone several times for more than a month, but not very often. It's really difficult. I have a very vivid imagination, though, so I think maybe that works better for me than the average person. Like, you know that thing where it's like, try to picture an apple in your head, and how clearly can you picture an apple in your head? And it has several options, and one of them's just like the outline of an apple, and one of them's like a slightly shaded, colored image of an apple.
Mm.
Have people seen those? Is that a niche thing, or is that a common thing? Anyway,
I heard that people used to dream in black and white.
Interesting, because of
So
TV.
maybe that the media they consume would actually affect how vivid their imagination is.
I wonder if that's true. I'd have to see some thorough historical records on that, though. Anyway, you could do these 2 at a time and it'd probably be faster.
2 at a time?
Yeah, go down and delete 2 of them, or 3 of them. I don't know if
Can't
it'll
do
fall
that.
if you do that. You could have done 2 that time, though, because they were both hanging. I have mine. What I can picture in my mind would be more realistic than the highest apple on that chart. I can picture vivid 3D images in my mind. So yeah, yep. That's what I do. Good stuff, man. Maybe apples.
I don't know. Can you imagine the scent of an apple, the taste of it?
Can I imagine the scent or taste?
Yeah.
If I can remember it. Let's see, I actually ate an apple earlier today. I hadn't even really thought of that before. Yeah, I guess sort of, yeah. Uh-oh. I guess you couldn't get all of them. I knew you were IQ, he says.
These are apples in the game.
Or if a certain person posted their apple bottom jeans.
Now, how well can you draw an apple?
I would never...
How many apples have you eaten in your entire life?
That's a good question. If you're really high IQ, you can remember that kind of thing. I'd never engage in any kind of lewd behavior with a married woman on the internet. And she shouldn't be asking for cum tribute, and she shouldn't be posting videos with a close-up of her big round ass in tight jeans for anybody other than her husband. And I would never say anything lewd about her ever. I would never do anything lewd on the internet with a married woman.
Oh, I'm a married man. That's a quote. Quote from the internet. No, that's not right. What is that a quote from?
Sorry, say that again.
I don't know.
I was reading through the potential topics.
We are. Oh.
Hey, don't question it. She's definitely married. They just have... Her husband was just totally fine with them, like, being in a room that totally looks like a girl's room with, like, stuffed animals and stuff like that. And what looks like a twin, or... What's the next thing above twin? There's something like super twin or something like that.
super twin. What?
Full? Anyway.
Half twin. Twinsies.
What else? Someone asked if I'm a virgin. Yeah, I am. I'll get my wizard powers in about 2 more years. Partly, like I said, my moral opinions. I disagree with sex outside of marriage, and even if you're going to do it outside of marriage, people should never do it casually. I think people like that. That's super degenerate. It's something that's meant to be intimate, and I think you shouldn't have it without some kind of like significant commitment, at the very least. There are powers, yeah. Did you get yours? So I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, yeah, I wasn't there for her original heyday on the internet. I was actually kind of off the grid at the time, and when I came back was right after she disappeared. And it's cool that she's back. It's cool to like see her posting videos and pictures and stuff and interacting with people. Like I said though, she's just really different from like my concept of her that I got from the videos. Like she's very what would I say? The lewd jokes in particular, I make offensive jokes, obviously, but she goes really far with the sexual stuff, and I sort of disagree with it, and I perceive that she's also kind of I don't know. She seems kind of hardened.
Hardened, huh?
Yeah, like she seems kind of like sort of cold, sort of aggressive. So I don't know. She's definitely really different from how she was 7 years ago. But I guess that's life. Life will do it to you.
That's life. That's a Frank Sinatra song.
That's what all the people say. Riding high in April, shot back down in May. Was that it? I think that might have been it. Oh, they asked what I think she should talk about. Okay. That's an interesting question. That makes me wonder who the person who asked me that is. So my pet political issue that maybe you guys, if you watch this, have picked up on is I was absolutely livid about what happened in the 2020 election. It was clearly rigged. If you didn't see it, you either weren't paying attention or were willfully ignorant. And I was really, really upset about that. I'm not like a huge dedicated Trump fanboy. I don't think he's like our savior or whatever. But the fact that that was able to happen in America and people ignored all of the clear evidence made me really upset. And I in late 2020 and early 2021, that was like on my mind constantly. I was really upset about that. But I have kind of come to peace with the fact that our country is probably going downhill, and it's probably going to devolve into hellhole war zone sometime in the not distant future. So having rigged elections is probably going to be a fact of life for the remainder of the lifetime of our country until there's some kind of major upheaval. So if she did something on that, that would be cool. The 2020 election or election fraud.
I like that topic. It's fun.
Election fraud. It's fun.
Yeah. And you're not supposed to talk about it, so that makes me want to talk about it.
Yeah, anything that they don't want you to talk about is definitely a good thing to talk about. Which I guess COVID. We didn't talk about COVID as much, but that was definitely one of the things you could get banned on YouTube for talking too much about. Somebody tried to re-upload her last video onto YouTube, and it was rejecting it for violence or something to that effect. So it made me wonder, was it because of the title, just because it mentions COVID in the title, or was it because it recognized spoken words in the video with the speech-to-text thing, or if it was because of visuals that were shown in the video? A sissy hypno video, huh?
Sissy hypno.
That's how you discover that you're actually a girl, is from watching that kind of thing.
This video someone made. That's what I will
All these
change
chuds,
my life about.
all these chuds are anti-porn. Why? Porn helped
I
me
will
to
make
discover my
life-changing
gender identity.
decisions based off of this video I found on the internet. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know anything. I'm just a retard on the short bus.
You know what we
Tower
need
of
is we
God.
need a big old nuclear war that would really fix everything. You know, think about it.
That's true. I
Overpopulation.
think about all of my problems that I have. If there was a nuclear war, it would solve all those problems.
Hell yeah. All problems can be fixed. I hear violence outside.
He's trying to catch the... Outside your house or my house?
My house.
Oh, that would make
That's
more
how
sense.
you know. I'm in the city. Where's the fire, huh? Come on.
I remembered I was going to say more about... Oh, wow, that's really high up.
I'm gonna lose.
Your building isn't optimized.
This is like a Taiwanese skyscraper right here.
When I was talking about the sex thing, I have had the opportunity to lose my virginity a few times if I wanted to. It usually wasn't with girls who I would have wanted to do it with, though. I'm not sure, actually, if I ever had it explicitly offered to me by a really hot girl. I like to think that I would have still rejected them just because of my moral code. But I don't know, though. When I was a teenager, I very well may have. Oh, you may yet do it.
Needs the blue pill, looks like.
It needs the blue pill.
Yeah. Needs the soy pill.
Who does? I do?
Oh.
Oh, there it goes. That's what my dick looks like whenever Ashley posts pictures of her dildos on the forum.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Turned down on Discord. Now it's just not working.
They're just women. They're just women throwing themselves at him constantly. But only Ashley is good enough for him, and nobody else.
Yeah.
This is the dude talking in the chat. He's got women up the wazoo. But they're always none of them live up to his expectations.
Good help is so hard to find.
That's right. You might get an otherwise perfect girl, but then she likes Blink 182, so it's no good. She's not the one if she likes Blink 182.
This is not the way. That's the Mandalorian. You
Mr.
like that
White.
show?
This is not the way, Mr. White.
Us making a hecking Disney joke, Disney reference.
Sorry, say that
Epic
again.
Disney. It's making a hecking
I don't watch.
Disney reference. The Mandalorian.
I didn't.
His name is Mando or something. I don't know. Me when I get Baby Yoda and kill him. That was the main antagonist of the Mandalorian series.
Did we already talk about Black Ariel?
It's he's an Irish pedophile.
So he's Irish.
Yeah, he's Irish. He's like, oh, when I get that Baby Yoda, I'm gonna fuck him, cause I'm an actual pedophile. But they actually had to retcon his character because he represented the Disney executives a little too well, so they said they had to retcon. They're like, hey, we don't like the fact that you based this character on us, and we're gonna have your family killed now. And they said, oh no. So then they replaced it with a wholesome 100 character called Bill Burr. And they said, Bill Burr, get him.
Yeah.
This is
That's
worse than the first one.
sometimes they have sometimes in media somebody makes a really offensive reference to conspiracy theories about Jews controlling the media, and so then certain people who control the media use their influence to get rid of those references and jokes, and so that helps stop people from believing those conspiracy theories.
That's right.
That's what you got to do.
That's what I do. The Puerto Rican conspiracy theories.
That's what I would do if I was a group of people that had a stranglehold over a particular market or industry, is when I would use that power to squander dissenting voices that talked about how I had power over that industry, and then that would help people to know that it wasn't true that I had power over that industry.
Yeah, same. What industry
Like
is the most powerful?
What industry is the most powerful?
Yeah.
That's a good
Industry
question.
is the most.
Probably the banks.
Yeah.
One of the famous heads of the Rothschild family said that the King of England wasn't the true ruler was the one who controlled the money. Sim Hyde had a good saying that went, if you want a girl who agrees with all of your base political opinions, you're actually looking for an autistic man.
That's what you are. Or he was
What did
calling
you?
his
That's Andrew. I wish I was. I'm not sure what word you tried to make with late text there. Is that supposed to say Ashley? That looks like an... Well, that's an A, and then there's a F. A, F. Oh, got it. Got it. He says he wishes he was one of those people with a particular mental disease. And that would make it easier. Sam Hyde said something one time that I liked. He was like, nobody's gonna have a life-changing experience where they become hip to all the stuff that you're reading on /poll when they're like 40, 50, 60 years old, so don't bother torturing your parents with that stuff. And then he also said, I think that might be the same video you're talking about. He says to just lie to your girlfriend, and whenever she's like up in arms about BLM or whatever, just go along with it. Man, I don't know. Sam's really black-pilled, and I don't want to be. I would like to believe that there's something better. Maybe Jeff might disagree with me on that one, though. I would like to be morally aligned on most important issues with my hypothetical like future wife, if that ever happens. At least on most important stuff. You don't have to agree on everything, but I would hate to have to lie about stuff that's really important to me in order to make a relationship work. And I don't think I would. I would probably be fighting her about it constantly, and then it wouldn't work out. Just because that's how I am.
Yeah. I know it's depends how fringe your beliefs are, though, you know.
As long as you have somewhat mainstream beliefs. Well, I don't know. I think your girlfriend would be upset if she knew all the stuff that you think.
Yeah, but even then, you'd be hard pressed to find someone who like accepts the whole,
someone who,
you know,
right,
the Puerto Ricans control the media thing.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, that would be hard. It's hard to find people who would align with you on that in the first place, let alone a girl. So I would probably accept that that's one I would have to compromise on. I don't.
People are simping over Ashley.
Everyone wants autistic /Paul GF, but there's not very many to go around. And whenever you find one, they have probably been driven insane by guys talking shit about them on the internet for 7 years and start asking people for cum tributes.
Naturally.
Actually, it's 8 years now.
8 years.
Yeah, she originally started right about 8 years ago. And then she disappeared about 8 or 9 months later. And then that was the last anybody ever heard of her. And then suddenly, for unknown reasons, she reappeared recently.
That's cool, I guess.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I guess I've stayed for this long, so I may as well see what fireworks show is coming.
The show must go on.
Well, I think we burned through all the stuff to talk about. Nothing interesting has happened in the political world lately.
The best thing to happen, #wishlist, would be some political leader gets assassinated. That's what I want. I don't really care who it is, but
We talked a few
I want
weeks
that.
ago about how our friend was talking about how all the stuff he'd read about how China was on the brink of collapse.
Yeah.
They're not quite there yet, but they're pretty close. Oh, almost. I'd be so sad if it fell right now. Give it one more leaning to the right.
I don't think that's
And
enough.
China seems to be going downhill now. I expect that they'll do some kind of scheme to at least make it look to everybody else like they're still fine, regardless of what's actually happening. They can, of course, only keep the charade up for so long, but I doubt that they'll just go up in smoke in one day. Though it'll probably be as slow going
Yeah,
downhill.
but didn't he
as
say
they're-
that they were gonna collapse in like a couple weeks?
Yeah, that didn't happen. They are. I do keep reading stuff about how, like political issues, their economy is in serious trouble right now, and supposedly, what's his freaking name? Pooh Bear.
Xi Jinping?
Yeah, supposedly Jinping was in house arrest. I don't know if that's true though, but it's possible that it is true, and people saying it's not true or Chinese propaganda. But it also might just be, other people making anti-China propaganda. Not that that's a bad thing.
Anti-China propaganda.
So you never know for sure what's really going on in China because there's so much like bullshitting and posturing going on constantly, but they seem to be having serious
Kind of known
problems.
for that, huh?
They seem to have significant problems going on. I thought of something else just now. If you go to Ashley's board, she says there aren't any rules. She removes posts sometimes that are like when people post like shock gore stuff. So I guess she's not a complete degenerate yet, but the only rule is you're not allowed to talk positively about gays and transsexuals. Which there was this big fight about that on the old board as well, because she was freaking out about it. Once again, I didn't know it was her, but she was freaking out about it. And usually when somebody's freaking out about something, I will try to take the dissenting voice, either just to troll them or just because I don't support any of those groups, but I started like jokingly being like trans women are real women and trans rights are human rights, etc., etc. And she was really upset about that. And I realized later, one of the guys in her inner circle, I've only heard about this because, like I said, I wasn't there, who she either was considering dating or was sort of dating over the internet for a while, became a transsexual. And he was kind of he was like a guy with long blonde hair and kind of a pretty boy. And I think I mentioned a couple times that my face looks sort of similar to hers. Like I look like if you'd seen us together when we were teenagers, you might think that we were siblings if I wasn't like more than a foot taller than her. And I was like, I could be trans Ashley. And I think maybe she thought that I wasn't joking and she had flashbacks to Luke. Maybe that was the reason that got as far as it did. But yeah, she'll get upset if you talk about those Transformers on her board, and she'll ban you. And I've never had gender dysphoria, by the way, in case anyone's going to ask me about that. I very much am not. That's not one of my mental issues. That is not among the flurry of mental issues that I have. When I was like 5, I would watch a bunch of those like Disney Renaissance movies and like dress up, like wrap blankets around me and say I was a princess and stuff like that. So good thing I didn't have liberal parents. Good thing I wasn't born in the modern day to liberal parents. But yeah, I've never. I would not pass as a transsexual. Maybe when I was like a teenager, I had a slightly more rounded face, but in the last few years, especially, my jawline became more sharp, and my cheekbones and stuff. So I would look like one of those guys who like aren't necessarily ugly, but you can tell at a glance that like they're not even close to being a woman. I would definitely not pass if I tried to do that. And I'm not. I would not do that. Very, very disgusting behavior. They need help. They need to go to therapy.
They need Jesus.
Oh yeah, they just need to go to the gym and read the Bible. That's what you have to do. If you're having gender dysphoria, go to the gym and read the Bible. And stop looking at sissy hypno porn.
Oh, that'll help too.
Yeah. There's some people who... Obviously there aren't peer-reviewed studies on this, but someone made a lengthy post on /fit one time about how they had talked to a whole bunch of male to female transsexuals, and that having gone down the porn funnel was a very common theme. Like they'd start with vanilla and then get into weirder and weirder fetish stuff, and they'd get into like the sissy hypno or similar like weird crazy stuff like that. And then they'd suddenly realize that they were a girl, develop like autogynephilia and stuff like that. So there may be something to be said for that. I would be interested to try and replicate his study in the future.
Racist.
I assume you would.
No, that's the wrong one.
I assume you would probably have some obstacles in the academic community if you tried to publish a paper on it, though.
Well, you're attacking their sacred cow, so...
One of them, yeah. It's one of those subjects you can't touch.
Something like...
Andrew says, I feel like I'm on another planet when I don't talk trans stuff. People don't see anything wrong with it and act like it's happening for no reason. Living in the modern world is really becoming more and more of a 1984-like experience. There are more and more, it seems, of these 2 + 2 = 5 situations where there are things that are plainly before your eyes, but because people don't want to be a dissenting voice and they don't want the social repercussions of speaking out against it, they just go along with it. It's really, really interesting how far people will go lying to themselves and lying to other people just to not be against the crowd around them. It's like you could tell people anything. There's a famous part of 1984 where he talks about that. It's like the last and greatest, what does he call it? Statement by the media is to not believe the evidence of your eyes and ears. Or not, he doesn't say the media. he says the party. The party's like final and most bold declaration. I'd have to go look up the actual quote. That's just paraphrasing it. That's,
well, it's weird though, because it's, you know, it's powered by like love of people. You know, it's like,
I suppose
or
so.
perhaps misplaced, but you know,
tribal.
ultimately that's where it seems to come from.
I guess
A lot of
tribal
time.
mentality more. You know, people don't want to be the odd one out. Like they say, if you go against the status quo of people around you, you're either an alpha or autistic. So if you happen to be both, then maybe you'll really do it. I think I'm probably just autistic though. This is
I'm
an
really
interesting one.
autistic.
You have to create a boat. You have to spread it out as much as possible so it gets the maximum buoyancy force.
Specifically programmed with janky physics.
Everything glitches a little bit because you're never going to have a physics engine that's a true simulation of the real world. You always have to cut corners at some point.
Yeah, wouldn't a simulation of the real world need to be as complex as the real world? So you just... Anyway.
You're not an alpha, are you sure? I'm still trying to think of who Andrew might be, because apparently he's someone who goes to the Ashley board as well. I have a theory about who you are. I won't say it though.
Why does it matter?
And the answer to the question, who is Andrew, may just create more questions.
But what is Andrew?
But what is an Andrew? What's the essence of an Andrew? You told me your Discord account, and it was some Russian guy. So I think maybe you might be fibbing to me. But it's okay. We can keep our secrets. INFJ? Which one is INFJ?
Introvert. What's N? Needy?
Let's see. The first one's introvert, extrovert. The second one is sensing or intuitive, I think. And then F is feeling,
Myers-Briggs.
and J is judging.
Judgment.
Which one? I'm gonna go consult my chart.
I think that's what I am, is
those?
INFJ.
INFJ.
Yeah.
I have a whole folder of these Myers-Briggs memes. Do I have a... Oh, you know what I could do? I could open it with Firefox because I already have a window open for Firefox. Firefox. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna cut away from yours for a second. Let's see, which one is that? INFJ. So your Hitler did nothing wrong. Endangered species due to underbreeding. Decided to volunteer at a soup kitchen for a while. People died. Good soup. Yeah, that sounds like you. Huh. I haven't done that test for a while, but I usually get INTJ. I know that's the one that everybody on 4chan claims they are. INTP. Well, I understand that INTP and INTJ are the ones that are usually associated with very intelligent people. For the record, I took the test before I heard all of the stuff that people claimed about it on like 4chan and stuff. I don't think it's like, it's not like a magic, there's no, it's not, it's kind of a pseudoscience, but I would say categorizing things usually gives you some kind of, some level of being able to analyze it. What you really need to do is get a test for your emotional intelligence.
That's right.
To find out if you're an empath, if you have high emotional intelligence.
I'm an empath. I can tell when people are sad, they cry.
I'm an empath. I just make assumptions about people when I see them and then pretend that they're true.
You must be a very caring person. I don't know.
What Myers-Briggs personality would Ashley be? I have trouble getting a gauge on her personality. What she would actually be like if you talked to her one-on-one. Because I'm never really sure what is part of the act and part of like the character that she's doing in videos and what's actually real.
I would say she's probably introverted.
Yeah, she always talks about how she is and was alone all the time, so I assume she's very introverted. Interesting thing on the whenever I did those Myers-Briggs tests, maybe it would be a little different now because I became a little more, I forced myself to be more social as I got older.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, but whenever I took those tests, I would get like 100% introverted on the extroverted introverted scale. It would be like 98, 99% every time I did it. But I have always tried to kind of force myself to not I naturally gravitate toward being alone, but I try to be in the habit of making friends and stuff and talking to people. Even like I don't do it naturally, but I make myself do it. So I think that's something you have to be able to do.
Well,
she's probably introverted.
I don't think.
Let's see.
Like really, I was thinking about it, and I think it's. People say there's benefits to like both, but I mean, other people are such a powerful resource that I think being introverted is kind of a not helpful.
I don't know. Extroverted
At least
people.
in the modern one.
Extroverted people tend to fall into groupthink. Usually, unless they're one of the people who's a leader, and they're the ones who tell other people what to think. But
do you let other people tell you how to think?
Do I let other people tell me how to think? Well, I'm saying that extroverted people often do, because they want to be part of the crowd. So they're more like, they might have a higher natural inclination to defer to the opinions of people around them. What was okay? Sensing versus intuitive. I think sensing is more like you follow your physical senses, and intuitive is more like you think about things. The next one is thinking feeling, so that might be more of it. I'm actually not super sure what the difference between intuitive versus sensing and thinking versus feeling is. I would have to look. to it more. I recall someone saying jokingly once that to figure out what Myers-Briggs you are, you ask, were you popular in high school? If no, then introverted. Do you play sports? If no, then intuitive. Are you good at math? If no, then you're feeling. And is your room clean? If no, then you're, let's see, judging versus, what's P? What's the P in J? J is judging. I can't remember what P is. Perceiving? I think that's it. Let's do this for Ashley. Okay, were you popular in high school? No. She's an I. Do you play sports? No. She's an N. Are you good at math?
How do you know she's not good at sports?
I think she said so. And she seems kind of like a homebody kind of person. I don't know. She struck me as a very academically inclined person. She talked about spending a lot of time at the library and stuff like that. Let's go with yes, she is good at math. So T. She's one of the INT people. Is your room clean? Definitely not. So she's INTP.
INTP. Kill myself. I say that a lot. I say that too much.
I say that too, but I usually imply it in more subtle ways.
Only when I'm playing video games I say that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a threat to myself.
Where's your goal on this map?
I don't know. I think you're just supposed to go as high as possible.
Can you remove those more than once at a time? Or do you have to do them one at a time?
What do you mean?
When you remove them, when you go down and then go all the way back up, can you do them like 2 or 3 at a time instead?
No.
Oh, you have.
Well, I can just put them back on the web, but
Oh, got it. Okay.
might be
So that might be a little faster.
time saver, but
Just I want to believe enough that it still is holding itself into that crevice.
Cross.
This crevasse. Are you supposed to be inside of some kind of organic life form?
I don't know.
Those look like
Probably.
eyes.
I think you're in its stomach.
It reminds
Felt
me
your
of
way
one of
up.
those Meat Boy levels.
Got a lot of similarities to me, boy. At least aesthetically.
I assume you're just supposed to go really high.
Base is bad.
Should we stop after you're done with this one? We're at about 2 hours now.
Yeah. We'll step.
I think we've run out of stuff to talk about. Now we're theorizing about Myers-Briggs personalities.
Train me to build towers. I think the green ones are more structurally sound.
There's no way that
Just let it
it's gonna
fall
hold
over.
up.
Just let it fall
You'll
over.
definitely have to leave a little bit sticking down into its mouth.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
I can do that.
okay. Bucket's
Oh,
eyeball.
those are balloons. Okay.
Sticking. Oh, I think I needed those. Very clever.
Wouldn't have thought to pull its eyeballs off and use it as balloons. This is the kind of problem solving that we need to solve modern problems.
Oh, I left
You
one.
lost one.
Send it back. I have to get the eyes too. Do I need every eye? Actually, it might weigh less if I just... Oh. Okay.
Oh, now it's going above the screen. Was that the goal?
Send them away.
I guess that was the goal. What?
Well, I beat the first chapter. That's a good place to end it, I think.
Alright.
Got a lot of dead air. Dead
Yeah,
airs.
we've run out of stuff to talk about. The good thing
What are
this
we,
whole...
Twitch streamers?
Good thing we have lots of internet drama to talk about, since there aren't any political things happening, and we've pretty much gone through most non-time specific subjects already.
I love being tuned into the internet all the time,
Yes.
and I let it consume my emotional state.
I'm just a tech enthusiast.
Tech enthusiast.
I got a shower curtain with a pocket in it so that I can stay connected while I'm in the shower.
Yeah. No
And
breaks.
I got some letters from the FBI as well. They offered me a job. They want me to come be somebody's secretary. Alright. Well,
This
that was alright.
game is propaganda.
Hopefully we have more political happenings and or internet drama to talk about next week.
Please nuke a city. Just kidding. Don't. That was a joke.
Not that I want anybody to get nuked, but it would it would be another interesting thing to read about and get a temporary dopamine spike from.
Yeah. That'd make the politicians hard.
It'd be something
war. I love war.
It'd be something all the politicians could virtue signal about, but secretly be happy because now they have another excuse to deploy troops.
If that happened, you should all... This isn't advice. This isn't real advice, but you should all buy Raytheon stock.
Oh yes, I love my military-industrial complex. I'm going to put 1,000 more shares into all of the American arms dealers. Not a terrible strategy, actually. Alright, I think we'll call it with that. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Far out.